Welcome back, everyone. So I just got out of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I just rewatched all of the Harry Potter movies and the first Fantastic Beasts movie. So I'm all caught up, and I reviewed every one of them on this channel. So if you're interested, go check it out. But the Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, the second Fantastic Beasts movie. Whenever this, I was already excited for this, of course, but whenever, the movie came out. It just came out tonight, but the reviews when they came out a week ago or a couple days ago, they were really, I don't know, this has a 50% on Metacritic, which I don't really see why. I understand that there's so much to tell in this movie because it is very all over the place. But to me, that doesn't mean a bad thing, because I noticed that's what the critical, whenever people are talking about this movie with critics, they're saying the negatives are there's too much in it, it's overcomplicated. And I could see that, but honestly, I was enthralled with all these new characters. I thought they were all really interesting. I thought that they all were important, and it felt like the story overall was important, with everybody involved. So it's a weird mixed movie in terms of being very convoluted, but in a way where it's not a negative for me. I really enjoyed these characters, these new characters too, and I enjoyed everything that happened in the movie. Honestly, I forgot that this was a 2.5 hour movie. I was sitting there whenever the movie ended, I was like, wow, this actually was 2.5 hours? I just sat there whoa, I was so invested with everything, and I was surprised. Because the first Fantastic Beasts movie I really do enjoy, not as much as the other Harry Potter movies, and I'd say I don't enjoy this one as much as the other Harry Potter movies as well. But I thought that this did a good job of introducing us to these new characters. I'll keep this spoiler free, but they did a good job with these new characters, and old characters. The new character, Letta Lestrange, who you've seen in the trailers, and she was mentioned in the first Fantastic Beasts movie. Zoe Kravitz plays her. Now, this is a character that I really, really dug. This was a really cool character, a really interesting character, a really broken character. And there's even a line in the trailer for this where she says, something about, how could you ever love a monster who never loved you back? And that plays into just her connection with everything, and it really does a great job of that. And Zoe Kravitz is really good in the role. And there's a lot of scenes where you really do get this character, and you understand what is happening, and where everything's coming from. So she really gets a good amount of spotlight, and I thought that was really cool, because this character, only mentioned in the first movie, is really interesting in this one, and really had a, really interesting development, and a really, emotional, kind of journey through the movie, because she actually gave a lot of things that I wasn't expecting. And I really liked Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore. That's watching this movie, watching Jude Law perform as Albus Dumbledore. I could see that without seeing this performance, but my God, his performance is really genuinely. He feels just like Richard Harris or Michael Gambon. He literally feels just like Dumbledore. And it's kind of scary because Jude Law is kind of imitating them, but in a way where it doesn't feel like an imitation. It feels legit, like he's a younger version of these characters, and he's really good. Really, really good. And Johnny Depp is good too. He does a good job of being Grindelwald, who is this villain who I don't want to ruin, but this character has more depth than a normal villain, and I really love that as well, because you wouldn't expect that. And I guess if you know the Harry Potter lore, Grindelwald and Dumbledore had a falling out, and that plays here because they're both troubled, really troubled characters. I don't really spoil the back history of the other Harry Potter stuff with them, because if you haven't seen all the other Harry Potter things, but this movie does a good job of making Dumbledore and Grindelwald really sympathetic characters, and they're really interesting and fascinating, and their performances are both great. By Jude Law and Johnny Depp, they're really good, and they really, honestly, floored me. They were really good. And of course, like, the other characters are really good too, but they're like, I don't know, like Newt Scamander is the same as the last one. He's good. I like him. He's a good character. But I was more interested in the new characters, honestly. And Jacob Kowalski is really funny as usual, and Tina I thought was fine like usual, and Queenie I liked a lot too as usual. But this is where I guess the complaints come into, like, the convolutedness, because they're important, definitely, for sure, but this is a very much an ensemble movie, which the first one did that too, so I guess I can't really complain that much, and I didn't even complain in the first one because I was still invested in the movie, no matter, like, despite it being convoluted. I don't care. That's not gonna make me say it's a bad movie or not a great movie because it's convoluted. I still cared about everything that happened in the movie. So I really enjoyed everything about this. This was a really, really great sequel. I don't think it's as great as all the Harry Potter movies, but I think it's just the same level as the first Fantastic Beasts. Like, it is a really solid new iteration in the J.K. Rowling magical universe that really dives deep down into the Harry Potter lore, stuff that we have not even heard of yet. Or maybe you have, because I haven't done Pottermore, but maybe there's things that people already know, but I feel like there's a couple twists in this movie that I won't ruin, and those twists I feel like were made on purpose, where you did not know these twists whenever this movie was released. I feel like J.K. Rowling kept these twists a secret, no matter whether it's on Pottermore or whatever, or any Harry Potter lore. I feel like these new twists and turns in this movie were brand new and not shown in any other Harry Potter thing. And the twist in this movie, there's a couple where I was just like, oh my god, like, that was a good one, and a surprising one. I just did not expect that to go that way. So again, J.K. Rowling does a great job of making a really greatly written movie. Just really great overall. The characters are great. The performances are great. The new characters are really interesting and investing. The visuals are great as well. It's not a very action-heavy movie, which I was totally fine with because I was invested with these characters throughout. So I didn't care. I feel like characters drive the action in movies. Like, if I don't have a character that's not worth investing, then I don't care as much about the action. But in this one, I really did care about these characters and their fates and what would happen to them or not happen to them, and I hope that they all make it out. So this did a great job of that. So I really enjoyed this movie a lot. So this was a really good watch, and I'm really excited to watch it again because there's things I feel like I missed since there was a lot that happened. Or things that I'm forgetting about talking about it in this review since I've only just saw it once, and it's a really long and kind of convoluted movie. So, but despite that, I loved this movie. I thought it was awesome. It was such a great, fun, new film in the J.K. Rowling magical universe. So overall, this was a really awesome watch, and I really was excited for it, and I'm glad that it didn't really let me down. So thanks, guys, so much for watching. Check out my other Harry Potter reviews if you haven't, and the Fantastic Beasts review of the first one. And thank you guys so much for watching.